Yo guys, Smokey here with another video. This one is the Family Guy one that I talked about when I did the Bob's Burgers bin. Um, Death has a shadow, which this episode has nothing to do with death. And death, yeah, I always thought the first episode of the show, at least when I was little, and they could have changed it when Hulu put stuff up because Hulu's been known to do that. But I always thought Death has a shadow was the episode where Peter became Death, and I don't even know if I can really say that because I've mentioned that word so many times in this video already. But yeah, I thought that was what that video or that episode was, but no, this one has nothing to do with him, and it's about Peter being on welfare. Also, guys, leave a like because it is 12:30 a.m. when I'm recording this, and I'm hyped up on an energy drink because I was playing Far Cry, and watching YouTube. So yeah, well, I watched this episode too, obviously, to do this review. But yeah, the Brady Bunch opening is good. Family Guy back in the day, it had like I don't know how many times the Brady Bunch appeared in it. I know it was a lot. Same with another character that we're going to kind of talk about in a minute that I can't say the name of, but you'll see why when I get to him. Also, if the audio is a little weird or if you hear stuff in the background, I'll try to get it out as much as possible. But yeah, Dad got a new surround sound system, and these are the first recordings that I've done since he got that, so I don't know how well it's going to change audio. Um, the original voice act, like the way the voices sounded in the old seasons, it's just so much nostalgia to me. I really miss it. So especially like Lois's, like I loved Lois's voice in the original episodes. Don't like it now. It's too like I don't want to say nasally, but it's just too Karenish, I guess. Um, Other than that, and Peter's voice being different, obviously, and Brian's, I guess, being maybe a little bit more deeper. Other than that, I don't really miss the voices. Well, I take that back. I miss Cleveland's older voice. um, the guy who was okay, yeah. So here's where we get to the other character. The guy who was the war leader in Germany in World War II. Joke isn't offensive, but not as funny. It just plays into why he did what he did. Also, he is in like a bunch of episodes. Um, I might put the number in, but I was looking it up because I was telling my buddy about it. Um, this episode has real evil Stewie. I mean, there's modern evil Stewie, and then there's this evil Stewie where I think he tries to delete Lois like 7 or 8 times in this episode. The thermostat joke being a common dad joke. I could kind of relate to that because we have heaters for when it's wintertime, which it is at the time of recording this. And he gets mad if he finds out our heaters are shut off. Even if we don't tell him, he could just tell. And I'm getting to where I can tell, but I always feel cold because I'm skinny. Um, the old cutaway gags are better than modern ones, but this episode used them way too many times, and I think it was just to help run the runtime because this episode felt short even with them. I don't even know if it was a full 20 minutes or if it was just 11-minute episode. Stewie's attempt, yeah, I already talked about that. Stewie's attempts being funny. We'll also get back into that towards the end. Um, the dynamic of Peter and Lois is not toxic, like Modern Family Guy toxic, but it is more kind of a conservative toxic, where, as liberals and left will put it, that the man and woman should run equally and not have the old ideas of, the woman stays home, cooks, cleans, takes care of the children while the man works. That's what I mean by conservative views. In case you don't know, um, the welfare mix-up part with the check is done good, and the way Peter spends it would be how modern Peter would just spend money without being on welfare. Um, Something else I really noticed in this is there's not a lot of Meg hate. Like, yeah, they tell her she can't get her lip injections as she wants, but the only time there's like actual hate for her is when Brian gets a little bit annoyed with her when she's whining about wanting her lip injections, and Brian asks if they could tie her up outside. Now, I would say that to my dad about my brothers in a joking way. So I don't know if that's really considered like, like what made Kate became. Um Peter's way of giving the money back was nice but chaotic. I mean, he crashes a blimp, but he does throw a bunch of money down, and also the people start fighting over it. So yeah, Peter learns his lesson not to mess with the government. I guess was the lesson, and not to lie to Lois. But then Stewie finally getting his gun back, and see, there's parts in this episode where Lois actually understands Stewie, because at one point I think he's what he says, "Damn you, vile woman." She says, "Well, no dessert for you," but then at the end he goes, "Give me back my device, or I will blow you up," or something like that, because he has grenades. And she gives it back to him. He goes to run off, and then you hear the grenades go off, but Stewie's completely fine. And I know, Family Guy wasn't exactly, it's never exactly been um, realistic, but I don't know. I know it's done kind of more like a Tom and Jerry gag, but off screen. Um, the Kool Aid Man, he's in the first episode. Um, they don't do it much now, but whenever they would go to court in the older episodes, in case if you've never seen the older episodes, they're back in like the 90s and 2000s, at least I remember it, they'd have a Kool-Aid Man commercial where he would run through your house and go, "Oh yeah," and he does it every time that after they go, "Oh no, oh no, oh no," in the courtroom, because I think that's how it happened, kind of like in the commercials. I don't know, I haven't seen commercials like that in forever, but I haven't watched cable TV unless I'm at my grandparents since I was, I don't know, 12 maybe. I know we started getting Netflix when I was in middle school, so it's a little blurry because that was so many years ago now, thinking about it, which makes me feel old. Stewie's device working possibly, because the first time he does it, I'm not sure if it actually worked, and the judge just being like, "Oh, you have a little boy who needs his dad," okay, because it could work as that. Then they screwed up by having him get his job back by using it. I think that kind of ruined it. But yeah, that's my like that's the notes I have. I love the first episode of Family Guy. I think the other day when I was looking back at, because I was curious on which season I started hating Family Guy at, which was about season 10. So yeah, really like this. Um, that's pretty much it for this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. I don't know which one I'll review next. It'll either be Futurama, which I'm looking forward to, and I don't know which order these will come out in either, so be prepared for that. But it'll either be Futurama, Simpsons, King of the Hill, Cleveland Show, and maybe some of like the Hulu and Netflix adult shows. The only one I probably never will touch, and that's because I didn't like it at all, was Big Mouth. I know I want to do Disenchantment, and at some point, because I love Disenchantment, except for the last season, I did not like it. But I'll still watch it. It's not like a hate like it is with Modern Family Guy and some of Modern American Dad. But yeah, that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.